Hello and welcome to Ed Talk. I'm your host, Scott Lay, Nevada County Superintendent of Schools. This is the TV show that looks at everything and anything that impacts our Nevada County schools. With me today, I'm excited, we have two commissioners from the Nevada County Youth Commission, and they're going to be here talking about what it is, reminding our viewers, what they're doing and what they plan to do. So I'd like to welcome Graham Gardenmeyer. Did I say your last name correctly, Graham?
Yes.
All right, great. And then we'll also bring in Emma Crawford after the break to come up and talk to us about this. So thank you for joining us, taking time out of your day. I know you had to rearrange your schedule. It's not easy. When we film these, it's middle of the day. You have to get your teachers, your administration to allow you to come over here, and then you're going to have to make up whatever you miss. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
So Graham, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we talk about your involvement on the Youth Commission and what you've been up to.
All right, awesome. So I've grown up in Nevada and Placer County all of my life. I was born in Colfax. My family is very involved in agriculture, and I continue that involvement. I don't know, otherwise I'm really interested in community service and politics, government, anything I could do so far as public service goes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what led me to the Youth Commission.
Yeah, you both sent me over resumes, which we were talking before the show, and I was blown away by both your resumes. I'm like, I was doing nothing like that when I was in high school. I mean, you go back and do over again. But it's amazing what you two do. And with the Youth Commission, when this came up, because it's one of the first rural, I believe it's the first rural Youth Commission in California, what spoke to you saying, yeah, that's what I want to do? Why did you want to try to become a commissioner?
Well, I've been involved with Jeff Dellis, our creator, and also just other county works for a while. So I just figured I'd like to step in. I like being in leadership at my school, in the FFA, Future Farmers of America, and other groups like that. So I just figured it was a good way to accomplish our goals and our mission, which is connect youth to the resources that exist within our government, and just provide some more opportunities all around, which seems like an amazing thing, especially for a rural county.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'm just going to read some background of this, and you can correct me if any of it's wrong, because I will make sure. But this was the brainchild of Allison Lehman. Allison Lehman is our county CEO. Mm-hmm. She'd seen this, from my recollection, in other counties, going, this is perfect for Nevada County. Why don't we do it here? There are 9 of these across the state, and we are the first rural, as I mentioned before, Youth Commission, which is amazing. I think Nevada County is amazing in so many ways, and this is just one more reason that we're great. 18 members represent all parts of the county, from Truckee down to South County, and you meet monthly. Now, your terms, are they 1 or 2 years? How long are you a commissioner for?
1 year, but we could serve, I think, up to 2 years, or as many as you'd like. But say you're on it the first year, you'll probably return. You could do it up to 19, so even after you graduate high school as well.
It's okay. And how do you become a youth commissioner? I mean, what's the process? What did you do?
It's a lot of fun. So we interview first with Jeff. We have to submit an application, and it's pretty laid back. It's pretty chill, and then they sort through them. I think they had quite a few applicants this year. They had to turn away a number, but it's a great process, I think, with all the interviews.
So you get interviewed, and they pick you out of the 18.
All that happens behind closed doors. I don't know what goes on.
Well, you don't know what goes on over there and that, but what a great practice for you guys to go on, and you probably do some public life, judging from your resumes, and want to do that. Perfect to interview for that. And so you guys meet monthly, is that correct? Mm-hmm. And you meet where do you meet?
So we typically meet at the Rood Center for most of the meetings throughout the year. Mm-hmm. But I believe for 2, we go up to Truckee. Last week, I think we had our first Truckee meeting. Right. So that, there's a bit more even representation, and it's a bit easier for them to travel, even split.
Fair.
Yeah.
And how many youth commissioners are from Truckee, do you know?
Ooh.
I would assume the majority are from this side of the Sierra Nevada.
I'd say like 3, 4.
3 or 4. Okay, are from there, so a portion. Okay, that's good. With that, and you, like I said, you serve 1 year, but you have the option to run again and be on the commission. With that, looking here, your commission, you have subcommittees here. I'm looking through that you're Jeff Dellis, who is still the kind of the I don't say the adult leader, but he's the one commissioned by the county to do this. So we have three. We have career development and exploration, recreation, and emergency preparedness. And so with these subcommittee focuses, my question is, how did these become subcommittee focuses? Is this something the Youth Commission picked out of a list and said, this is what we feel are the most important things, or were they given to you? How did that work?
Yeah, so over the course of our first couple of meetings, we kind of sorted through and discussed the different opportunities. So for example, we ended up with CDE, which is like promoting jobs and career development for youth, then emergency preparedness and recreation, which are both fairly self-explanatory.
Right.
But we also had the opportunity, we discussed a bit, and we had an ad hoc committee for political involvement, for civic involvement, also for mental health and a few different other important subjects. So those are either turned into like ad hoc temporary committees, or they're kind of lumped together in these bigger ones.
Okay, so yeah, let's take like a recreation. I mean, we live in an amazing area for recreation. What do you guys work on? What is it that you meet and discuss?
I'm not personally on the recreation committee.
Which one of those are you on?
I'm on the CDE.
Okay, let's do the career development and exploration then. Yeah, so what are you guys talking about?
So we're talking about, because there's lots of different opportunities for academic and exploring your career. So for example, I'm in FFA, agriculture. I was not aware of that when I came into school as a freshman, and so I was only able to join as a sophomore. So a lot of what we're talking about is reaching out to 8th graders, 7th graders, people coming from middle school, so that they're aware of these opportunities going in. And then we're also interested in hosting job fairs and that sort of thing, so that they could have a chance to reach out with the local businesses, business leaders in their particular area, and have an idea of what they're getting into.
Great. So would you then go out to the middle schools? How does that work so you can get the word out to our middle school students about opportunities in high school?
That's the idea. We're still in a sort of development stage, so we're getting there. That's something that will come towards the end of this semester or second semester of school. But yeah, that's definitely the ideal, reaching out to the schools, whether that be just visiting classrooms, whatever else.
Right. So I'm going to ask Emma this question as well, but what's the most exciting thing that you've done that you're like, that really lights your fire doing this youth commission?
I love all the subcommittee work. That's a lot of fun, and all the other stuff we do that actually has an impact. But some of the events, I love events. We did Halloween recently, and it was tremendous fun. We all got dressed up, we all manned a hallway, and just handed out stickers and candy to the little kids walking by.
Hallway at the Rood Center?
Yes, at the Rood Center. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but no, it was tremendous. I think these events and things we put on. I know last year we had Fun in the Foothills, which was the result, I believe, of the recreation subcommittee, possibly the job fair subcommittee as well. But yeah, those sort of events that we could put on and actually connect with the community, that's tremendous.
That's great. That's great. Wonderful. Well, Graham, we're going to go to a commercial. Well, I'll go to a break in just a moment here. Anything else you want to tell us about the Youth Commission, your involvement, or for people, if and there's a student out there watching this, like, why should I throw my name in the hat next year?
I think it's a really great opportunity, both for your own personal growth. I think I've learned a lot of skills so far. I'll continue, hopefully, over the year or so more I'm involved. But it's great. I think you could really contribute to the community in a lot of ways that other groups just aren't capable of.
Right.
But we're an actual government organization. We can affect change, and that's a really unique opportunity.
That is. It's an amazing opportunity for you. Well, great. Well, Graham, thank you again for taking time out of your schedule. We'll try to get you back so you don't get too far behind at the high school. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll bring Emma on. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic.
All right, welcome back to Ed Talk. Today we are talking with two youth commissioners from the Nevada County Youth Commission. They've taken time out of their busy academic day to come over here and tape with us. We're really excited about that. I want to welcome Emma. Emma Crawford, welcome to the show. We're glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so before we tell about what you're doing in the Youth Commission, why don't you also give me a little background of yourself?
Well, I'm a junior at Godoti. I am the co-captain and founder of our debate team, so kind of nerdy a little bit. And I'm also the captain and founder of our Model UN team.
Of the what team?
Model UN.
Oh, the Model UN team. Wow, fantastic. That is very cool. Well, again, thank you for taking the time to come over here, because I know, just like Graham before you, whatever you're missing to be here, you're going to have to make up when you get back. With that, so we were talking about the different things. So why did you want to become a youth commissioner? What spoke to you about this?
I, since like about the 5th grade, have wanted to go into law. And I've been, as of more of the recent years, been intrigued by going into government maybe. And I just think that local government is one of the best ways to get involved and affect change. And I heard about it through my friend Mara, actually. She was on the youth commission the year before me, and she just said it was really fun. And so she told me when it was time to apply, and I was really excited to get involved.
You did it, went through the process, and like Graham, got picked?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you about your statement about local government. I mean, it's great. I love it. And that's where you can affect change in your community. And then if you go beyond that, you've got the opportunity, you've got the foundation to do that. So subcommittees, we talked, Graham gave us a little bit, you've got kind of the focuses of the career development, exploration, recreation, and emergency preparedness. And you said you could give us a little bit of insight what the emergency preparedness group is doing. So what's the focus there for that subcommittee?
Yeah, I talked to the chairman of that committee, Ariana, before I came here, and she told me about this cool thing they're doing. They're trying to make a video to try to help teens know how to drive in the snow. So that way, it's
great.
Yeah, a lot easier, because I know a lot of teenagers. I myself am also driving to school pretty early in the morning, and I get a lot of snow at my house. So
yeah,
it's
boy,
definitely important.
That is something that's so important. I remember one day years ago where Nevada Union let out the students early during a snow day, and my fear was all those untrained students on the road, and my fear was realized as they all went off the roads, and including my own daughter. But that was it. No one got hurt, but it was, so that's a really good thing that I don't think is focused. And I think coming from people your own age, you'll probably listen to it.
Hopefully.
Instead of it's an adult telling you what to do, you're like, yeah. But when it's someone your own age saying, hey, you think about this, you might tune in. And and who knows if we'll have another crazy snowmageddon year here in Nevada County. We dodged the bullet last year, but they seem to come every other year. With that, so that's great with the emergency preparedness group. And I'm imagining you work hand in hand with the county on that, because we have a really good response team here in Nevada County. Recently, the Youth Commission were involved in elections, which I think is fantastic civic duties. And doesn't matter which side of the spectrum you're on, just to be involved is fantastic. So what did you guys do? You had the get out the vote drives, I think?
Yeah, we had different places people could go to vote, and so we told people about that. I actually went on the radio a couple weeks back, or before the election.
Right.
Yeah, to say where it was. And we also did student poll workers, which is where we were able to help with the actual ballots and getting that. We can't actually touch the ballots because that's illegal.
Right.
But we were able to help with that whole process at the Rood Center.
And just learn. It's a fascinating process. I don't think many people know.
It really is.
So you got some insight into that. That's great. And doing some student poll working. What did you learn from that?
I unfortunately wasn't able to participate in the student poll working, but I have worked on campaigns in the past. And it just gives a lot more insight into what actually goes up into an election, other than just the act of voting.
Right.
There's a lot more that leads up to it. And I wasn't aware.
Candidate side, and then behind the scenes with the election office and putting everything together, so you can get that insight.
Yeah.
Very good. Connecting with senior citizens, that's another thing I think the Youth Commission's working on.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that?
We are trying to get involved with some of the local elderly centers and connect them with our schools to get more interaction between the two, and preferably a regular volunteer system where we would go and help with them and chat and just create more interconnectedness. And
That's great.
more relations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's nice. There's a wealth of experience out there that sometimes we ignore, and we can learn from our past always, and what they did, and the knowledge they have. So, and how did that come about? Was that a something that the Youth Commission came up with on its own? That like, hey, we want to connect more with our senior citizens, or?
It was a combination. We just noticed that we have a very large population of senior citizens in our area, and there's just not a lot of infrastructure for them. And a lot of the time, it's very difficult for them to get involved in things. And so it seemed really important to try to create more avenues to
That's
connect
great,
with them.
doing that. What are some other things you're looking at doing on the Youth Commission?
I don't know if Graham talked about this, but on the CTE committee, we're trying to create a video for people going into high schools right now, so they are aware of the CTE that's available. Because I know I didn't know what CTE was when I was going into high school. I was signing up for classes, and so we're working on that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because we do have a lot of opportunity here. The high school's done a great job with their CTE programs, and our our charter schools have CTE programs as well. So that's wonderful. Other things with the Youth Commission. Like I said, this is the only rural youth commission in the state, and one of 9 across California. Do you ever meet collectively with the other 8 Youth Commission entities?
We haven't, but we have gotten a lot of really cool chances to meet people in the government. And so we actually got to meet the lady who, this is kind of her brainchild.
Oh, Allison Lehman.
Allison Lehman.
To meet our CEO of the county. Good.
We got to meet her, which was really nice. One of my favorite parts is just the connections that you get to make on the Youth Commission. A lot of, you just get to figure out how a lot of different areas work, even not just the Youth Commission. Like, we got to learn a lot about the Chamber of Commerce down in Truckee, which was interesting because I did not know what they did.
Right.
And just we get a lot of contacts. So even outside of the Youth Commission, if you have like a passion project, it just opens a lot of doors.
Wow. Yeah, that's great to see that. Have you guys done anything beyond Nevada County? You meet with the government, but any government work like down in Sacramento? Or is there any plans to do that, to take this? And because I think youth voices are so powerful. I can go down there and talk about youth. But when I bring kids with me, that changes the entire response from the legislators. So any talk of that with you guys going on?
We haven't talked about that a whole lot, but for CTE specifically, we have been thinking, because the school districts up in Truckee, they have really great CTE programs, but it's kind of mixed with Placerville's, I think, if I'm getting my geography right.
Yeah, because they're under Placer County, the school, Tahoe Truckee Unified,
And so a lot of it mixes and intertwines, so we might try to work with them to try to expand our CTE programs and see if we can get the most out of them.
Great. Well, and also I think, when I go down to do some lobbying in Sacramento, I think I'm going to see if I can get any of the youth commissioners to come down with me, because, like I said, the student voice, they listen to that a lot, so that's really good. So, as we kind of wrap it up here with the Youth Commission, which I'm very excited about and loved when it first came out. Anything else you want to tell our audience? Anything they should know about the Youth Commission or the commissioners that are on it? I mean, what a bunch of dedicated students in our county that have stepped up for civic duties.
It's just really awesome to get to meet all these different people that are so passionate about making our area the best it can be. It's really cool, and I personally have gotten a lot of help because I'm also, as I said, running the Model UN program, and so I've gotten a lot of help coming up with ideas for fundraising, because we don't have funding from our school for it.
We don't have a budget.
We do not. And so actually, if you wanted to donate to Godoti, not to put in a plug before your ad, but you could go to the Godoti office.
Yeah, and do that. Oh, there's a lot of great programs out there that aren't in the budget that should be in our schools. I know they have to pick and choose, but the Model UN is a great one.
They're just really, really kind and helpful. And really open to helping you in your areas of interest. So it's very youth-led. It's very much youth representing the youth. And so it's not them giving us an agenda of what we need to do. It's very much what is important.
What's important, yeah. And I think when you guys started, the unique thing I remember is that department heads from a lot of our government agencies were really excited about this project. Not one said, we got to do what? They were all like, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. Let's get our youth in here. Let's get them involved. And they were excited. And a lot of them, they have kids, so they've meant a lot too. With that, well, With that, Emma, thank you so much again for taking time, and it was Graham to do that. We really appreciate you coming in and letting our viewers know what the Youth Commission has been up to over the past year and what you're looking for the rest of the year. All right, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, and to my viewers, thank you so much for listening to Ed Talk, and we will catch you next time. Take care.